Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. There's some serious smoke coming out of Chicago, and it's all pointing to a potential blockbuster move that could reshape the Cowboys' defensive landscape for years to come. Rumors are swirling that Dallas is eyeing Jaylon Johnson, the star cornerback from the Chicago Bears, and if these reports turn out to be true, it could be a game-changer for us. Diana Rossini, one of the most reliable NFL insiders, dropped some hot takes about this potential trade. And honestly, it's enough to get any Cowboys fan excited. The Bears, sitting at 4-5, are in a bit of a rebuild mode after losing Williams to a wrist injury in Week 4, which has impacted their defense. With a cap hit of around $18 million, they're looking to shed some salary and rebuild their secondary, focusing on youth and cap space. Chicago's management seems willing to part ways with Johnson, an elite shutdown corner with top-tier ball skills, in exchange for some mid-round picks, specifically a second-rounder in 2026 and a third-rounder in 2027. It's a move that makes sense for the Bears as they focus on developing their young talent and resetting the secondary, especially since they've been leaking big plays with their core currently at 4-5. Johnson, for those of you who haven't been paying close attention, is the kind of corner that can lock down WR1s week after week. His man coverage skills are elite, and he's not just good at sticking with receivers, he's also a threat to take the ball away. Last season, he exploded with 9 games of high-level production, including 42 solo tackles, 14 assists, and an impressive 4 interceptions, ranking him as one of the top 5 cornerbacks in the league. His coverage grade from PFF sits at a stellar 91. 2 with a coverage grade of 90. 1, and he's allowing just a 42. 8% catch rate while giving up only 4 yards per target. Those are the numbers of a true shutdown corner, and that kind of talent can transform a secondary almost overnight. In his career, Johnson has played 82 games, racking up 15 interceptions, 52 pass deflections, and earning 3 Pro Bowl nods, no small feat for a young player. He also has instincts comparable to some of the best in the game, like Gilmore at his peak. Last year, a shoulder injury in Week 2 limited him to just 1 game, but when healthy, he's shown he can compete with the best. His man-win rate against top-tier receivers is around 68%, which speaks volumes about his ability to shut down even the most talented WRs. The Bears are looking to get extensions done, with a pending $140 million deal for their defensive line and a focus on resetting their secondary. They're prioritizing offense with Williams and looking to avoid further decline in what's been a tough season, losing big plays and giving up over 252 passing yards per game. The trade makes strategic sense for Chicago, who's trying to balance their roster and prepare for future years while moving away from a core that's leaking big plays. Now, what does this mean for Dallas? Well, if the Cowboys land Johnson, it's not just about adding a talented CB. It's about transforming our entire secondary. Right now, our pass defense ranks around 26th, allowing nearly 248 yards per game through the air. Bringing in Johnson instantly makes us top 12 in pass defense because of his ability to lock down WR1s and force quarterbacks to look elsewhere. And that's huge in the NFC East, where rival teams like the Eagles and Commanders have potent passing attacks. Imagine Johnson shadowing the Eagles' top receiver every week, shutting down their biggest weapon. That would force Jalen Hurts or Sam Howell to try and beat us somewhere else, something they've struggled with this season. Plus, with DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons bringing pressure, Johnson's ability to cover and turn the ball over could lead to more sacks and turnovers. It's a perfect fit. His presence would give us the flexibility to blitz more aggressively without worrying about giving up big plays down the sideline. And let's talk about our defense's overall impact. With Johnson patrolling the secondary, our opponents will find it tougher to complete passes, especially on third down. His ability to cover man-to-man allows us to be more aggressive with blitz packages, knowing that our corners can hold their own. That aggressive style has been a hallmark of the Cowboys' defense, and adding a shutdown CB like Johnson only enhances it. It's about creating chaos for opposing quarterbacks, forcing them into tough throws and capitalizing on turnovers. On the offensive side, this kind of defensive upgrade could be the boost Dak Prescott, and our offense need to take that next step. When our defense can get stops and set up short fields, Dak benefits immensely. We've already seen how much our offense has improved this season, especially with CeeDee Lamb shining as our primary weapon, often getting mismatches against weaker corners. With Johnson locking down their WR1, defenses will have to respect our secondary more, opening up even more opportunities for Lamb and the rest of our receivers. Stats-wise, this move could push us from a mid-tier offense ranked around 18th in yards per game to a top 10 unit, averaging over 318 yards per game. That would be a huge boost for our chances to make a deep playoff run. Plus, with the division heating up and teams like the Eagles and Commanders pushing hard, we need every edge we can get. The NFC East has always been a tough battleground, but with Johnson, we could turn our secondary from a liability into a strength and really start to dominate the air attack. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could boost our Super Bowl odds significantly. Currently, the Cowboys are sitting at plus 6,000 to win it all, but with a potential upgrade like Johnson, those odds could jump to plus 2,000 or better. It's not just about speculation, it's about assembling a defense that can carry us through the playoffs. Our defense has historically been our backbone, and with a shutdown corner like Johnson, we'd be looking at a team that's not just good, but elite. Think about the 2024 Jets with Sauce Gardner. Adding a player like Johnson would give us that kind of lockdown ability in the secondary, making us a nightmare for any offense we face. Furthermore, the Cowboys' history of smart trades and roster moves shows we're not afraid to pull the trigger when it counts. The previous trade for Ward from the Browns in 2025, which significantly improved our turnover margin, is a perfect example. If we can land Johnson and pair him with our existing talent, our defense could become one of the most feared units in the league. That kind of dominance often translates directly into playoff success. It's about creating a football team that's balanced, solid on offense, and downright terrifying on defense. In terms of strategy, adding Johnson makes us more versatile. We can deploy more man-to-man coverage, which fits perfectly with how Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence attack from the edges. It also allows us to be more unpredictable, sometimes doubling up on their best receiver and forcing the ball into less reliable hands. Our pass rush would get even more effective because quarterbacks would have fewer options, leading to more sacks and hurried throws. Plus, Johnson's ability to generate turnovers, his 4 interceptions last year, aligns perfectly with our aggressive playstyle. Turning those chances into points is what wins games, especially in the playoffs. Now, looking at the NFC landscape, this move could shift the balance of power. The Eagles remain a formidable foe, but with Johnson locking down their top receiver, we could neutralize some of their biggest threats. The Commanders' passing attack would also face new challenges, making us more confident heading into crucial late-season battles. It's about applying pressure where it counts and dictating the game's pace. A lockdown corner like Johnson is the piece that could put us over the top, especially if we can combine that with our already potent pass rush. Of course, everything hinges on the trade going through, and there are still questions about the Bears' willingness to part with Johnson for the right price. But if Dallas can swing it, possibly with a second-round pick and a future third, we're talking about a true game-changer. This isn't just a move to improve our secondary. It's a statement that the Cowboys are all in on winning now. The fan base craves that kind of bold move, and the team's front office has shown they're not afraid to make big decisions when the opportunity arises. In conclusion, if this trade materializes, it could be the defining move of the season for Dallas. A true shutdown corner like Jalen Johnson would elevate our defense to elite status, providing the kind of consistency and game-changing plays that we need to contend deep into January and beyond. The potential for a Super Bowl run becomes even more realistic, and the division dominance is within reach. We're talking about building a team that can shut down the league's best receivers, pressure quarterbacks relentlessly, and give Dak Prescott all the support he needs to lead us to glory. It's an exciting time to be a Cowboys fan, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Jalen Johnson is the piece that can push us over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Let's keep the passion alive and get ready for a possible game-changing offseason. The future is bright, and with moves like this, we're heading straight toward that Super Bowl trophy. Go Cowboys!